All right, welcome back, gang. It's me and Wade again. Wade, what going?
There,
All
man.
right. You remember the other day me to ask a who pass Sha'Carri the spliff? I think
Yeah,
we
the people
found
in my
out.
own are.
Yeah, man. I think we found out who gave Sha'Carri the spliff. Cause I know Sha'Carri alone a smoke around here. You understand?
Why you saying that? Why you saying that?
Cause Jocelyn Gatlin, a you pass her the spliff Gatlin.
Yes, the Gatlin says, I'm on one.
He must be. All right, he claims that fun and joke aside, people. Justin Gatlin's statement about Sha'Carri being able to beat Shelly and Fraser Pryce. When she retire? Like either this year or next year at the World Championship. You know what I mean? I don't see it happening. Wait, do you have the article?
Yeah, and what's even more hysterical or I should say outstanding is Gatlin's quote that he says she can run 10.5. That's very interesting. So this article out of essentially sports fans perspective
Yeah.
by a Jacob Gidgey. Hope I
Mhm.
never kill your name, brother. I have one of those too. But
Yeah.
yeah, he says here no other athlete quite has a spotlight like Sha'Carri Richardson for her on the field accolades as much as off the field stuff. The
Mhm.
American sprinter returned to the track for the Nike Prefontaine Classic in Oregon. After making a much awaited comeback, the athlete finished last in the 100-meter race. Really? I never heard that.
Mhm.
Ah. The embarrassing
Oh,
moment
that's
was
news
her
to us.
post race interview. The embarrassing moment was her post race interview, which left a sour taste for everyone involved. That goes to show you that she really didn't want to do herself injustice to the American fans.
Yeah.
Justin Gatlin, however, thinks otherwise because, he's talking.
Must be smoking.
Mr. After her recent ban by the World Anti-Doping Agency, Richardson made her comeback during the Prefontaine Classic race. Due to the ban, she missed out on the Tokyo Olympics and her return was much awaited. In a race that featured the Tokyo Olympic gold medalist Elaine Thompson Hera, Richardson
Yeah.
could not find her mojo and finished last amongst all her competitors. Moreover, 34-year-old Shelly and Fraser Pryce won the silver medal, while Sha'Carri Jackson proved yet another 1-2-3 for Jamaica in the finals. Significantly, Richardson went on a post-race rant where she lost complete control of her emotions.
Yes. Yo, my first merch thing what I'm gonna do is a t-shirt that says I'm not done. That has to be the statement.
With a picture of her tracksuit or the
No,
interview,
no, we're not gonna go so far.
and Shelly in the background with the green.
I might just put Shelly on it.
Yeah, that would have been still.
I'm not done.
So Mr. Gatlin is here offering words of encouragement to the living meme, because that is really what she is. The
Yeah,
memes don't stop.
yeah,
However, American sprinter Justin Gatlin gave out his opinions on the matter, and he believes she's a star in the making. You know what
yeah.
it feels like to celebrate and win? Now you know what it feels like to lose on the big stage too. She's capable of running 10.5. I've seen her do it in practice. That's that smoke in your eyes, bro.
So the
He
cups
didn't
broken.
cough. That was added by me. Um, to watch it is almost like being a male athlete. You're still in awe. I guess that's a typo or carry that you still in awe. I guess you are still in awe because you see the numbers put out there. I have never seen a female athlete do it. And to be honest, not taking away anything from Shelly and Annie Lane for what they have done, but she is the most amazing training partner I've ever had. She is just all in practice, said Gatlin. Well, Gatlin, I mean,
Um,
I don't,
let's see. Here we go again.
that doesn't speak highly of your training partners. If I was a training partner with you, I'd be
You
very
know,
upset right now.
all right. Fun and joke aside, they need to stop doing this.
Overhyping them. That is what
Yeah,
started
they
the
keep
monster in
setting
the
her up
first
for
place.
this overhype. I'm explaining
Exactly.
something to you. All right, Sha'Carri Richardson, the sixth fastest woman in the world of all time, 10.72. Right?
Right.
She ran that on April 10th, 2021, right? With a plus wind of 1.6, right? 1072, right? Shelly and Fraser
Right.
Pryce, third fastest woman of all time, 10.60 in a 1.7, almost
And
similar,
you can't beat her in
plus
her
plus
decline.
1.7. That is the
You
gap.
can't beat her in her decline, and you're at your prime.
No, and Shelly ran that in cold temperatures in Europe.
That
She
too.
ran her time in Miramar, Florida. Listen, you see, that is what people need to understand when they talk about a sport and people just putting statements out there that are just completely ridiculous. Let me show you something. The levels. That's why there are levels. Let me show you the levels. The Lane Thompson era, 10.54. Pre the gap between 10.54 in a plus 0.9 wind. All right? She run that in a Eugene, Oregon, when Sha'Carri was to show up and show out. Second fastest time in the world. All right? I'm going to show you the difference between sixth fastest time and 11th fastest time or 10th fastest time, right? 11th. 11th fastest time is run by Sherika Jackson. It's 10.76 in a negative 0.6. So she ran into a headwind and ran 10.76. Understand? My girl ran 10.7.2 with a
Wind
plus,
assisted.
yeah, with 1.6 wind at her back. It's legal. You understand?
Yeah.
So this is a split second game. But when you're talking about gaps, she's closer to the back than the front. You understand me? That is the reality of the situation. And right now, she shouldn't even be worried about Shelly because Sharika, if you look at it, is probably faster than her. You understand?
Of
And when them
course.
put them and when them put them all on the track, you see the gap and the difference. You understand? They keep saying she's 21, she's 21, she's 21. That's good. She's all good and she's fast. But we're not gonna kill her career with this bull crap, bro. Allow her to get that fast. You understand? Stop tell lie on training, bro. You understand? It not gonna work. Because if you're trying to play the head games, Shelly is winning the head games.
That's for sure.
You understand?
That's certain.
Yeah, that's a
You know,
guaranteed fact. You understand?
and to be quite frank, if she keeps burning herself out like this and expending all this emotional currency and nothing,
Mm-hmm.
right? You
Yeah.
know, it's going to translate into her athletic performances over time, you know,
Yeah.
because we all know mentality and mental state is a big part of performance,
Yeah, it's so
you know.
important that you said that. That's so true. You know what I mean? If your mind not there, the discipline to set and achieve that goal not there. You understand? How long can you maintain that talent, or how long can you maintain that drive to keep achieving more?
And
Example,
even if
not
you
to
have
not.
all the talent and physical ability, if the mind don't
Mm,
put it to use, it will just
mhm.
not happen.
All right. Let's look at an example of how the wrong approach can finish things. Not to thing there, because we're not biased enough. Look at a Johan Blake, for example, second fastest man in history, right? Still running. He's not retired, right? You think he's retired,
No,
don't you?
no, he was in Tokyo, no?
Yeah. Didn't
Yeah,
even make the final.
nope.
So it should show you that this gift shouldn't be taken for granted. It's a craft that you have to hone and maintain. Johan Blake
And
and Tyson Gay ran 9.69, tied for second fastest of all time behind Usain Bolt at 9.58, right? With Asafa Powell at fourth at 9.72.
I think he's even a better example of mentality, Asafa,
Yeah, you
because
understand?
being beside the ultra confident Bolt,
Yeah.
who knew how to put himself in the perfect mind state I think that
Yeah.
is something that is not discussed that much about his game, the side of his game that made him great,
Yeah.
right? Even the camaraderie with the officials and the little ushers, you
Yeah.
know, the hyping himself up, the patriotism,
Yeah.
he embodied all of that and put when he went into the starting blocks, you could see him loose. You could see when him rock into those blocks, his body, his mind is firing. And where you look at Asafa now is the opposite. You see Asafa steering on the track.
Mm.
Him start to get tense a little. You see him
Yeah.
shake off the neck a little.
Yeah. Exactly.
And we know Asafa could perform. Asafa had the most sub nines pre Usain
Exactly.
Bolt era.
Oh no, sub 10. Sub
Sub
10.
tens. Sorry,
Yeah.
sub tens. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about Flash.
Sub
But
10 king. Yeah.
yeah, sub 10 king. And I mean, he couldn't compete. He knew this is a man who knows he has the potential to run against
Yeah.
Bolt, but couldn't
He
do
should
it.
have been as he should have had an Olympic gold medal.
And
But
and
like you said,
and
it's a combination of mentality and ability.
and I want to switch it around on you now too, where we look
Mm-hmm.
at Asafa who had all the physicality, but none of the
Mm-hmm.
mentality. But you look at Tyson Gay,
Mm-hmm.
who didn't have the physicality, but had the mentality enough to
Yeah.
push his body through
Yeah.
injury to get
Yes.
across the line.
Yeah. Because you have to remember where Tyson come from, Tyson
Where's that?
wasn't the number one sprinter of the line. He was like
He
fourth or
was
fifth in
always
line,
underdog.
And his work brought him to where he was.
Yeah,
You understand? Work ethic got him that 9.69 and his place in history.
for
You know
sure.
what I mean? And
Yeah.
you can't take that away from a man, even though like enough people might feel we're biased. We're not biased. You understand? If you truly appreciate sports or even athletics in particular, you cannot dislike a champion, a true champion. You
A true
understand?
champion, exactly.
You
And
understand?
and a true champion characteristics they're not only displayed through their physical talent, but their mentality as well.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah, definitely, bro. So,
Yeah.
is it a matter that she can't beat Shelly? Not with the mentality that Shelly has, and with the time frame that is out there. Maybe by next year World Championship, Shelly will be out of here. If Sha'Carri can sort out her the mental aspect of her game and the many issues and dark demons that are bothering her, I think she also has some mental health issues that she has to sort out. And it's not a dig, it's actually a fact where these people are under a lot of pressure, and these are young people expected to perform on a world stage. That is something
Well,
we'll discuss it.
Mr. Gigi here, who
Mm,
wrote the article,
mm.
also has a master's in psychology.
Yeah,
And he's in total agreement with what he just said because he finished the article by saying, strong words from the former Olympic gold medalist. I'm talking about Mr. Gatlin. The potential
mm,
is there for everyone to see. Justin Gatlin's advice to Richardson seems to be from his heart, which is
mhm.
obviously not from his head,
Yeah,
as everyone is aware of her potential. But can she overcome all the odds and perform well in the next event?
mhm.
So he's definitely alluding to overcoming this big mental hurdle
Yes,
so that you can perform.
yes. Because nobody else is holding her back or stopping her from reaching her potential but herself. You can say people are dogging her or bashing her or all of that, but she has been the biggest obstacle to herself, even
I
more than
think
the people on the
I
outside
personally
bashing her.
think it's the goal weave. Maybe she needs to go back to the copper,
No, so
you
I'm not
know.
even go. I won't take it serious. I'm not even going to go there with it. I don't even going to go there with it. Because honestly, I'm concerned. I'm concerned, bro. It's like I tell you.
No, I see that because I see from the last time we had this discussion, you're bringing up the people around her. I don't know. I don't know. I think you sympathize with her. I don't know if you see her. You
No,
identify with her brash confidence,
I don't. Oh.
but you definitely sympathize with her. You see what
Oh,
I'm, you
me,
see what I'm going?
I'm brashly confident.
Exactly.
um,
Exactly.
let me tell you something, bro. What I think it is. I think we've seen it quite a lot. Like we could go through many scenarios where we've seen it happen. Remember, I think her name is. I'm trying to remember the name of the Jamaican javelin thrower. I think it's Olivia McCall or something like that. Can Google her and see. Will struggle with the mental health issues. Lost everything because of mental health problems. You know what I mean? She was a victim of a home invasion, and they must strike her upon her head with must a big stone or some kind of blunt object. Must about three
Yeah,
times.
you're right. Her name is Olivia Celia McCoy.
Yeah, McCoy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, and it really caused her to lose everything because she couldn't keep it together mentally. You know what I mean? And it wasn't even
Yeah.
her fault. You know what I mean? She was a victim of a crime that caused her like neurological damage. You know what I mean? So it's not even
In
a case of
1992, she was first in the discus throw and third in the javelin for the Carifta Games.
exactly.
Second for Central American and Caribbean Championships. In 99, 2005 Central
Mm,
American Caribbean Championships, second place.
yeah,
She performed all the way up to 2011.
yeah. How I became like really aware of her situation is when I saw it for myself. I was shooting the Burger King marathon. I think it's a 5K or a 10K or something like that.
Right.
And I was covering it for them. And I think she won the women's section at a certain age group. And when they introduced her, she looked familiar. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
but then I could see that something was obviously off with her. You know what I mean?
Different. Yes.
Yeah, she was. You know what I mean? But she still kept up her athletic work and all of that. But she lost her career because of the effects of the, you know what I mean, the mental health issues that she went through. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and
And she probably
I
still going
really,
through
I
to
don't
this
want
day.
to make, I don't want to laugh at Sha'Carri because,
Yeah.
I have a funny personality, but this mental health is a serious topic, and I think it it it's getting a lot of coverage now. While a spotlight is being shone on it now,
Hmm.
but it is something that is very serious because
Yeah.
my mother is a nurse, and she always told me it's the
Yeah.
worst disease.
Yeah.
It's the worst disease because the person who is affected don't even know they're sick,
Yeah.
and they can watch them turn into something totally different,
Yeah.
somebody that is totally different.
It's true.
So, we really don't want to bring any more negative mental effects to Sha'Carri,
Hmm.
you know. But as you're saying earlier, mentality is very important.
Yeah, man. The mental side of the game is probably like even probably about 75% of the battle. You know what I mean? Because
Definitely.
put it this way, you put somebody like Sha'Carri in a race in the blocks next to Shelly. It's going to take her anybody at all a couple of races to get used to that kind of starting speed beside them. Somebody coming out of the blocks that fast. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If the first time you see that, you're going to be like, "What the hell was that?" You know what I mean? Elaine it never start out beating Shelly. Shelly used to get away
Right.
from her. You understand? But it
Right.
was like she got mentally conditioned to know that when this race starts, Shelly gonna be out. So it's my job to make sure that she not get too far and by halfway I leave her. You know what I mean?
You can see that there's a competitive mental projection
Hmm.
towards Shelley whenever they're side by side, whether it
Yeah,
be on the podium or for pressers. You can
yeah,
see that.
yeah. And that is the beautiful thing about sports. You don't have to be the best and the greatest of friends, but you have to respect and be cordial. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
And that's how you get respect. You know what I mean?
And in respecting your competitors, and your sport, your
Mm.
craft will pay you back and respect you. You know, that is just how it is.
Mm.
You know, that is how you get rewarded with high performance.
Exactly. Yeah, man. Mentality, people. Mentality.
Mentality.
Yeah, man. Because the mentality is the reason that is what's going to give you the drive to train. The mentality is what's going to give you the drive to be cordial and have manners. You know what I mean? It's all
Hmm.
comes down to mentality. The mentality is going to be the thing that tell you, nah, I don't need that spliff. You know what I mean? That my
Right.
career come before this. You know what I mean?
I'm going to win it for mom. And instead of
Yeah,
I'm going to stoke this, I'm going to
yeah.
smoke this for mom. You know?
You know what I mean? Come on, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We know how this thing go, yo. We're not an excuse, and that's the thing, yo. If we won't get forward as a people or as a generation, if everything there's an excuse for everything. You know what I mean?
Well,
When
like
it's as
like
simple as don't do that shit.
I keep pointing to that statistic that is Generation Z is
Mm,
6 times more likely to suffer from depression, 6 times
yeah,
more likely to have suicidal thoughts.
yeah,
It's very scary because this generation you would think has the best that humanity had to offer with where we are in the advances of technology and the lifestyle that we can afford, you know, in terms
yeah.
of
But you see,
not have.
there's a price for exposure.
Mhm.
Let me explain what I mean by that. This generation is probably the most exposed to everything that we've ever had.
Good
I
point.
don't think there's ever been a generation of athletes that you can just look at and just cuss off directly. You can,
Directly,
yeah, you can just jump
no
on them
matter
social
where you
media.
are in the world.
Yeah, and make them know they ain't shit. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's
Instantly, right as them done lose too. As
yeah,
them go
man.
back in the locker room, a brother from Uganda is paging you.
Yeah,
You know,
I make you know. Get out of my club. Get out of my club.
you are totally garbage.
Totally garbage. You know what I mean? So imagine now Sha'Carri go run up her mouth now and come dead last. A man from down at boy. A man from out of Portland or St. Mary I go make her know say, my girl, dead last. You know what I mean? And if you're not
Yeah,
young enough or mature enough to deal with that, you're gonna take that personal.
you have another paradigm to this generation to where you know
Mm,
we as old or as a seniors we have to be careful with our children when you starting them like it's cute or you're expecting a baby, you make a Facebook page for this baby.
mm,
This child, this human being is now
mm.
born with this Facebook profile.
Yeah,
They've always known this profile. It's going to grow with them. They
yeah,
get likes on this profile. They're going to actually think this profile represents them,
yeah,
you know? And
yeah,
and and they take their social media accounts way more serious than we can understand. It
yeah,
is a part it is something that is symbiotic with them.
yeah. I
They
heard
feel
somebody
it.
say in another podcast, and I think you are expressing the same sentiment, and I don't want to take nobody credit for what nobody said. But it's true because I have to agree with them. They go to social media for validation.
Right,
So whenever they're feeling down, they go there for validation. And when that
right,
validation isn't incoming and it's like, yo, what the hell? What was that? You're trash, you're garbage, whatever, you know what I mean?
right,
Which nobody not really have the right for say to another person. But when you go to your spot for validation and you're not getting it, you're still getting backlash. You're going to get reactions like what she do. You know what I mean? Not to make an
right,
excuse, but it's the reality of the situation. So what people have to do is take themselves out of it and bring yourself back to reality and focus on what really matters because that's what a champion does. You know what I mean? Focus. You know what I mean? Like certain athletes, they don't do social media. They have social media handlers
right.
because they know, say, yo, that is going to distract from my focus.
And to them, so their social media account is just another revenue earner. It has
Ex-
nothing to do with their persona,
Exactly. You know what I
you know?
mean? Yeah, man. So that's the reality of the situation out there. You know what I mean?
Right.
Guys, Let us know what you think in the comment section below. And remember, like and subscribe, hit the notification bell. And once again, during this week, we hit 1,000. So we just want to thank you. You know what I mean? Spread the word because we're there. All right.
Yeah, and for all those people who hit the dislike button, at least drop a comment. Let us know why you dislike it so we can make the necessary changes. All right?
Yeah, man. All right. Cool.
Cool.